Welcome everyone to the semi-final game between Corruption and Chai. This is the second semi-final, 5v5 MBA. Looks like they are going with the blind pick option. There are no tank restriction except the Tehran's band, and no artillery. Home team will ban a map, and then away team will ban a little pick. So it looks like Corruption is going with Sand River, one of the OG maps. It is 5v5, which is different from 7v7. Last time these teams played against each other was last week, and it was a draw 3-3. The defending team won every round. We'll see how it goes today. Both teams seems to be at a good strength with the 2 or 3 extra players just there to jump in case one of them lags out, or in case something happens. Let's start the prediction. What do you guys think? Who will win today? So go with 15 minutes. You know, 7v7 defense is definitely easier to defend on this map. I don't know how 5v5 will be. Still a bit defense favored, but again, it's 5v5, so it can go either way. Corruption is ready with their 5 tanks. Still waiting for Chai to pick their tanks. Chai is finally picking tanks. They have 3. I'm not sure if Mr. APC is also streaming or is he playing. But yeah, I haven't seen APCR much lately. He used to be very active comp player, not so much so recently. Tanks from Chai, Magna, Fear, APCR on Corruption side with tanks, LSW, Bottle Ranger, Tubbins, and Willows. Arco picks the Forts tank. and Lemur is the fifth. On corruption side, we have Tanks in Chieftain, Willows, I7, LSW, Tubbins in Batchat, and Pothole in CS. Over on Chai side, who are attacking, we have Parko in Chieftain, Lemur in Kranwan, Magna I7, APCR, Honest in Batchat, and Fear in CS. Magna in I7 going straight in. He is taking a safer route though, where he cannot get farmed by E8. Got CS at E3 supported by Kranwan, one heavy in the mid, and then we have a Batchat, APCR Honest on the K line. Magna did go for cross now. I saw a shot coming in, but he didn't pen. It was only one Batchat. He bounced twice. Tubbins bounced and Magna and him. Tubbins forced the reload. That's a good start for Chai. They were able to get to a spot without taking any damage. Willows in I7 finally at A8. Magna put one shot in him, but it did not pen. The turbines almost reloaded. I'm curious to see how autoloaders interclip are adjusted. Willows put an AT shell in Magna. So far, it's pretty even. Chai does have an HP advantage as they have 3 heavies, but it's not by much. LSW keeping an eye on the south side. Tanks is also very safely tucked in his chieftain so that they can't easily push him and he should be able to do damage. I do like this spot, unless they just come in the middle. I think it's safer than where he is now. He was expecting a push, but Chai's playing it slow. Fear in CS rotating south to join Batchat. Granwan's also pulling back. He'll probably support Magna from the spawn. Magna has to be careful if Immortals will just go in. Doesn't look like though, because he is being covered by Parko as well as Lemur. Lemur is rotating towards south as well. Is evaluating where the opening is, where they can catch someone out of position and or just have a better map control. So when corruption does plan to rotate, they can just farm them. For example, LS, he got spotted. He put one shot in CS. CS now is in a very strong position. He does have shots on tanks if he peeks, and Batchat can't really spot him. So tank has to be really careful here. Batchat's moving further back into cover. Pothole Ranger taking the C9 spot. He's safe from the 0 line as well as he can support tanks pretty effectively. APCR managed to get on the cap. Not sure if Fear spotted or is that just a blind fire. It is a common spot, so it is safe to assume that could be a blind fire. APCR on it, so the cap. It is a bad chat, easier to spot, but again, Corruption are not in a position. However, they did figure out that Chai do not have anything on the south side. Will they have enough time though? Tanks takes another shot from Arco. Tank is in a bad spot. He's getting continuously spotted. I think Fear from G0 might also have shot at tanks. He has to be careful. Willow's rotating, trying to have shots on Magna. I don't think he will, but Batchet might be able to clip him. Batchet will have render from E2. Our Magna is rotating a little bit forward. 16 seconds on the cap. And that is the thing, you know, if you have to be in a position to go for reset when it's down to 30 seconds, because the team might just put a second tank on the cap. Magna suppressed tanks from peeking, and that allowed Lemur to just go on cap. But not much in terms of damage here. We have here doing 1600, Magna has 7.2 shots, LSW with 2 shots, bottled, Tubbins and Willows. Well, Tubbins, Willows with 18, and then Bottle and Tubbins with 1 shot. I think Chai models were too long. They were too defensive. Especially when the CS pushed the Batchat out of his position, it was very difficult for them to reset. But yeah, attack which is considered difficult on Sand River. Pretty flawless execution from Chai. Check if this is it is best of 9. So it's far from over. However, Sand River attack could be a challenge for Corruption here. Let's see how they tackle. Corruption's ready. Bottle has been replaced by Nova Rapid. On Chai side, Lemur has been replaced by Logi. Defense with the Logi and Parkour Chieftain, Magna I7, APCR Batchat, and Fear in CS. Similar lineup as last game, but they have replaced Quran one with Chieftain since they're defending. Over on Corruption side, Tanks and Chieftain, Willow's Valor, LSW, No Rapid, and Tubbins in Batchat. They are relying on clip potential here. Willows and Valor going towards A3. CS going for the mid spot. He should be able to safely spot the Batchats, which are still reloading. No, actually not from here. He might spot tanks. Yeah, I don't know if he has vision though. Unfortunately, we don't have the spotted indicator, so we do have to make some guesses. A similar play from Willows as what Magna did. It is pretty standard. You get under their guns, but he's a Valor, and there's no one covering him except tanks. Magna is just pushing. They're not waiting because I think that's the mistake Corruption did. They waited too long to make a play to get information. They didn't know where Chai was, and that's not the mistake Chai is planning to do. So Magna did push forward a little bit. He can take out Willow sooner if he's supported by the Bat Chat. However, the 3 bats from Immortals are now rotating back. If the Bat Chats, there's 3 of them, if they can hit their shots, they can take out a Bat Chat and I7 pretty effectively, considering Parko is by himself, only supported by Fear, and well, Logi can support Parko as well. Blind fire from Parko. Willow's fired on, I don't know, maybe the Bat Jet or CS. Bat Jet did rotate it back, so did tanks. They were expecting a push on Willows, but Chai did not go all the way. They just get to an aggressive spot and they are just holding here. Magna is also in a very good position. Instead of being at A4, where Batchet can't cover him, he is at B6, where he can be covered by both Batchet as well as Chieftain. Goes trying to make the cross. Parker still going with crossfire, blind fires on the obvious spots. That's something more teams should do. Three bats are going in. Magna missed the shot. They will kill Magna. However, he is being supported by Batchat. I don't see this working very well because Magna is still full health. They need to not over peak while killing because Parko will have shots as well. Magna will go down. Parko missed Nova Rapid. Tubbins is down to 1 shot. Tubbin goes down. I7 goes down. Nova Rapid will take a shot here. He is actually safe from Chieftain. I thought Chieftain has shots. So he was at the right spot. I think Tubbin has to be a little bit careful as well because he got clipped by the Batchat. LSW was not able to punish the Bat. Tanks move to the cap. They do have an advantage that there's no I7 and A8, so Batchat and CS will have a tough time peeking this Chieftain and Valor. However, Logi and Chieftain is rotating to the mid and will have 3 shots on this Chieftain. However, the 2 bats are going for APCR and this Valor will take out Parko. A very perfect play from Corruption because Logi is out of the battle. Batchat might clip. Here is trying to protect Batchat, but I don't know how effectively he can. A little bit lack of focus fire. Batchat will go down. Parko is down to 2 shots. APCR went down as well. Nova Rapid still has shells. He can finish Parko. He bounced one. If Nova Rapid goes down, it'll be tough. He needs 1 more shot. And tanks to the rescue. They do have 4-2 tank advantage. Fear is, however, in a dangerous position. They didn't know where Fear was. He put 1 shot in Valor. Nova Rapid got a lifeline though because if he was spotted earlier, Fear would have finished him. LSW is rotating behind Fear. Sorry, yeah. Tanks going straight towards the Fear. I don't think that's a good play. Willows took another shot. That's 3 shots. Tanks is pushing forward. I thought Logi might have shots on tanks. He does an LSW is coming in, but he needs to do it sooner before tanks goes down. There's a double tap on CS. Another one. Two shot. He managed to get in dip. Now tanks is in a tough spot, and Logi can just take out tanks. Meanwhile, Nova Rapid has to be careful as well, and that's what I was worried about. Now, no, Nova Rapid rotated the backside. Great play. I wasn't paying attention. But a shot in Logi, or two shots, made him turn, which saved tanks. In return, the cap pressure is on to 1 minute. Tax and Nova Rapid has to be careful though. Fear is pushing the bad chat, or maybe he's going mid. LSW pushing the north side. Amorag Logi. But another one took out his engine. It's a bounce. Down to one shot. So is LSW though. He has to connect, and he did. It was still close because most of the tanks from Corruption, or two of them are definitely one shot. Chieftain's two, and then Willow's the one with that's who's three shots. He is capping. 25 seconds on the cap. The other two tanks are joining as well. Cap's down to 18 seconds. It's safe to say this round will go to Corruption. The last time we played, both teams won on defense, especially on Sand River, and this time it's the complete opposite. Or the scoreboard, we have Fear and CS with 2400 damage, KPCR and Bat Chat 1600 damage. He did punish Tubbins. I think that's the when he came in. But then he was caught out when the two bats just pushed him. Lodging Chieftain with 1600 damage, Parkwood Chieftain 1400, Magna 97. Two shots of damage. I thought he was safer. I thought he's being covered by Chieftain, but LSW, was it LSW or was it Nova Rapid? He was very careful while he went over and was safe from Chieftain. So good play by Nova Rapid there as well. LSW in Batchat 3500 damage. Tanks in Chieftain 2200 damage, 6 out of 6 shots. Nova Rapid in Batchat 2200 damage. Managed to survive and did a great rotation towards the end instead of staying where he was, which in turn did made Logi turn. Otherwise, he could have finished tanks. Willows and Valor 1200 damage. Tubbins and Batchat with 1k damage. He was the one that got focused out, but I think he could have been a little bit more careful, like Nova Rapid was, because they had LSW watching the A8 in case Batchat tries to come in. So I think Tubbins could have, if he wasn't at that high of an elevation, he could have survived. Scores tie. Next map pick was by Chai, and they went with Himmelsdorf. What are we expecting to see here? Type 5s? Usually whichever team has more Type 5s, they win on Himmels, but it is not 7v7, it's a 5v5. So maybe too much stacking with the types might not be the best idea, especially if they're caught out of position. Corruption's ready with all their tanks. Same lineup from last game. Tanks, LSW, Tubbins, Nova Rapid, and Willows. Chai is being careful here regarding what to pick. I think usually they just go with the flow but since the last game was a draw between these two teams, they definitely want a win here. Let me quickly check the audio if it's working. The audio seems good. On Chai side, we have 3 of the picks. 4. Lamour is back. Maybe he was the one that will make a difference here. He will be the one. So both teams won one game, and now they're sticking with the team that did win the game for them. Now on defense with Parkwin Type 5, Lemuras 4, APCR Nest and 50B, Magna Batchat Fear in E4. That was I was expecting, like one Type 5, not nothing more than that. And we have similar lineup on corruption side. This is opting for one Type 5 by Nova Rapid, Tanks in S4, LSW 50B, Tubbins in E4, and Vildos in Conqueror. From what it looks like, LSW is the autoloader specialist from corruption because he played 2 Batchats and now he's on 50B. That's only based on the 3 games, not in data. Magna getting information the 5 line. Here's watching the banana in his E4, Lamour in IS4. We get E1 and 50B will spot through this window. He has to be a little bit careful. I don't know how safe of a spot this is. Tanks did push to the rubble in the mid. However, we saw what happened last time when Tanks pushed here and won at 2 Type 5s at 8 and they shredded the tank IS4. Our Park was not at 8. It's just they're playing more towards 2-3 line. Corruption does have a 600 HP advantage. They do not have a bad chat, which does mean maybe the tracks play is out of question. And Chai is set up for tracks as well. They do have 3 tanks and now Magna rotating in his bat chat, going towards A0. They don't want any surprises. And I think that is the key. As long as you know where the opponent is, you can rotate quicker, and that's the 10-15 seconds that will make the difference. Magna spotted IS4. Corruption still evaluating, trying to find an opening here. Magna rotating back. Tanks did make the cross without getting spotted. Yeah, I think Fear would have spotted him if he was on the 3 line. Maybe he still spotted him, I'm not sure. But he definitely spotted Type 5. Tried to put a shot, but missed. IS4 safely crossed and is now on D line. Type 5 also made the cross here, but I think maybe he was spotted though. Both Type 5 and IS-4 have now crossed. They're unspotted. They will get spotted by Parco right here. When they make this cross, will they? No, actually not. Parco's watching the B line, so they will not be spotted. E4 coming down from the hill. Parco premed at E4. If he can pen an E4 and dodge a shot, that can make a difference. He fired, missed, moved forward, and he did spot the IS-4 because he was going forward and this retreated. Thanks with cap pressure, put a shot in Parco. Tubbins watching. Tubbins took a shot from Parco. IS-4 might put another shot here. So will Nova Rapid. Nova Rapid shot heat and bounced on a Type 5. These early shots could be key. The sooner they take out Parco, the higher the advantage they will have. Parco, however, didn't miss the heat shot on Tanks. Penned him for 700 plus. Tanks putting another one. And Nova Rapid bounced another shot on Type 5. He needs to stop firing heat at this point. Bad chat is coming from the back side. Lamour is in a cross. He will go down. However, I feel Magna will take out someone here. Might take out Type 5. Here will join him shortly. They need to finish Parco, which they didn't. And Tanks is in a tough spot now. Tanks and Type 5 goes down. Good rotation by Chai on the backside. Lamour is still alive. He occupied 2 of the tanks, while Chai was able to finish the other 2. Lamour and Parco are on one shot, but I feel Tubbins will go down here. He put a shot in 50B. 50B might clip him. Tubbins might die here. That's a heat pen from Parco. I think the difference here was Parco penning his heat shot. And Nova Rapid, I know he bounced at least 2. Here and Magna rotated back. Definitely in a comfortable position. They have 4 tanks. Parco is one shot, but the rest of the tanks are very healthy. Batchat 1400, E4's full health, 50B's 1300. Yeah, I feel they had too many tanks watching the backside for corruption. Maybe if they were worried about the backside, just leave a super conk there, leaving 2 tanks, and when you're gonna apply double cap pressure, I feel was a little bit risky. Being in a comfortable position, they don't really have to do anything. They're just holding angles. Billows and LSW waiting for Chai to make a play so they can at least take out 1 tank and then go from there. I'm not sure how much do they have. However, Fear's pushing Billows. Billows this side scraping. Fear missed, so did Billows. Parco tried to shoot Superconk as well, but He couldn't. He tried a shot through the window. Now again, 50B bounced. He is covering, however, Willows take a shot from type 5. 50B takes a shot from the other 50B. They are firing at each other. Our APCR is potentially two shot, but LSW is definitely two shot. Willows goes down, and this round should go to Chai. I'm glad that at least at a reload bar, I can tell who fired and if they bounced or not. Otherwise, I just have to guess. But keep in mind, we did not get the spotted indicator that I am not happy about. Or the swap sides. Swap sides minor, I think spotted indicator is the main change that I want to see sooner than later. But they did take out the timer at the top as well. Regardless, going over the damage here, Arco in type 5, 3,500 damage and 1940 blocked. That's, I think, two shots. I think it's two shots from type 5 and one shot from -4. APCR on 50B, 8 out of 8. Great game by him. 3k damage, 2 kills. Magna and Bats had 2k damage and a kill. Lemur and -4, 1600 damage. He kept two of the corruption tanks out of the game, which allowed the remaining chat team to win the other side. So that was a silent play. You don't notice, but that was a huge play by Lemur, buying time for his team. Here in E4 with the 2 shots of damage, 2 kills. Over on the corruption side, tanks in S4, 2100 damage. LSW in 50B, 2k damage. Willows in Super Kong, 2k damage. Tubbins in E4, 1 shot of damage and no more rapid. Unfortunately, only one shot of damage here, and that was also a low roll. Usually a type 8 roll for 500. And yeah, and with I would 2-1. Corruption ready for the next game. Pothole Ranger's back. Always tank killer. He hasn't played any of the first 3 games, but now he's back. And the map got random. LSW tanks are ready. If I have to guess, I think LSW could be an autoloader, 50B or bad chat. Corruption on defense. You might see a type from another, like one type 5 for each team, maybe. And Mr. APCR also ready to unleash in Himmelsdorf. And from what I know, Mr. APCR is a big fan of mouse. He might play mouse, maybe. I doubt it though. Type 5 is better. But we all know how much Mr. APCR loves his mouse. And now we have APCR, Mr. APCR and APCR on Nest. On corruption side, we have Pothole in Type 5. He's replaced Nova Rapid. Willows in S4. LSW 50B, Tubbins 50B, and tanks in E4. Over on Chai side, Tank Killer, Parko, double Type 5s. They do have a bat to provide vision and flexibility, and two Type 5s are way more dangerous than a single Type 5. We have an APCR on Instant E4 and Mr. APCR in IS4. LSW watching, staying at E1. No, he's just gonna go forward. Corruption making a similar play, sending both their 50B and IS4 down the tracks. Since they see bats, there's a possibility of tracks play, or higher possibility of a tracks play, compared to if the team does not have a bat chat. Tanks on the tracks, watching the banana for any potential punish. Bat chat trying to get any information before they make any play. Pothole Ranger has to be careful. He is watching 5, but if he's a little bit exposed, comparatively still safe. I don't, especially since Chai, all their 3 tanks are towards the K line. Now those Type 5s, along with As4, are going in. They did not get spotted since they have no one watching the 5 lane, or at least the bat chats. They don't have a bat chat. Corruption. But they safely made the cross. However, LSW is pre-aimed here. He might be able to pen the Type 5s through. Oh, that is not good. He just peeked at the worst time. He did spot the Type 5. He's getting back into cover. One of the types missed. He destroyed the train. And Willows is also on a rotation going back and will be caught out here. Did he guys took a shot? No, they missed. Willows can now cover 50B. He took a shot from Magna from the hill though. Just one shot. Tankler took a shot as well from 50B. And I must have guessed that they can no longer make this push because all of Corruption must be ready. Good pens from LSW. I think he penned them twice without taking any damage in return. Force a reload. E4 coming through the 3 line. Magna still overwatching from the hill. Someone took Parko took a big shot from that E4. There's another one. He got ammo-wrecked. LSW, he is very good at conserving his HP, at least from what I've seen. If you want anyone to be at this spot, it has to be LSW. In a tank that's not an autoloader, or a tank which does not have armor. Parko side scraping, he cannot push forward because he will die. He can't even go. I don't think he can even retreat. Tank killer planning to push IS4. The plan here is to trap 50B and finish him. What I'm not sure is, does this IS4 have shots on 50B? No. So 50B is safe. Corruption are up on 1200 HP. LSW is peeking in between, trying to get information, dodging their shots. He's at a tough spot, but he's making it work. Magna going towards the backside to put some shots towards the rear and then run away. However, I think he spotted Type 5. Did he though? I think he did. Well, it's a fake cap pressure, so it forces Immortals to rotate back. And they know that the first thing that'll rotate is the Type 5. Magna peeking or playing with fire against the Type 5 here. Tubbins is rotating out. What Chai did here is no one got spotted, I think, for a while. So it might give Corruption an illusion that they have more tanks on B cap than they do. E4 still watching. Now Tank Killer, he made that cross without taking any damage, especially because he was not spotted. I think he did get spotted now from Willows. Now they have 2 Type 5s stuck because whenever they'll try to peek, they will get spotted by the IS4. E4 bounced. Type 5 missed another shot. I think that's a 50B. Tubbins on a reload, he bounced as well. Magna's trying to find an opening, trying to spot someone so those Type 5s can just punish him, or the E4. The problem I think Chai is having right now, they have two Type 5s committed over the tracks and they can't really retreat. But might make it work, because now Magna, he found an angle for LSW. LSW pen 1, Magna pen 2. Magna missed the shot. Willows also took a shot from Type 5. Maybe he took 2, and those Type 5 was able to cross. Tank Killer took 2 shots. He has to finish LSW here. IS4 also managed to make the cross. LSW might go down here. He is reloading and he goes down. Tank Killer down to 5 HP, but he survived. That could be the difference. Corruption has 3 or almost 3k HP advantage. They have an IS4 watching that side and everyone else covering him. But that was a great play by Magna, evaluating where the team is and then pushing where the C4 is right now, and punished 50B, then made him retreat. However, Willows does realize that since Magna is in the middle, hill's empty, and he can play exposing himself to the hill since there's no one there. There was like 3k HP difference, but Chai, after 50B died, they have punished Corruption, and the HP is now 1k difference. Willows will go down here. If he doesn't, he has to finish Tank Killer. I think he's reloading 80 here, because if he can take him out, they will be in much comfortable position. He's reloading, missed, because those Type 5s are just bleeding this IS4 too much. Pothole Ranger made the cross. E4 missed. That could have been a key shot here. Magna forced Type 5 to go out of the battle, or at least away from track. So all they have now is E4 and a 50B guarding IS4. They're already down to tank. Not sure about the timer, but it is maybe less than 3 minutes. 1k HP difference towards Corruption, and 1 tank advantage towards Chai. And IS4 pen Tubbins. Mr. APCR put another shot, missed. I think he's blind firing. Chai are slowly closing in. Look at APCR. He's pre-aimed at that window so that if Type 5 goes any further, he will have a shot. So Pothole has to be really careful not to get baited by the bat chat. Put another shot in Willows. Now E4 is no longer watching this cross. Willows go ahead. Willows was suppressed. 50B took another shot. Willows down to 1. APCR is very healthy. And 1. Now Corruption's out 2 tanks. HP is even, but 2 tanks advantage is huge, especially in 5v5. The E4 is the one capping. Tubbins goes down. Great play by Magna here. What a rotations. He punished 50B. Made, like, that was the issue, and then he just baited Type 5 as well as E4 to leave the tracks, move their gun away from the tracks. Tanks goes down. I think that was an AT pen. By who though? So by Type 5. Pothole still alive. Timer down to 8 seconds. He got tracked. I think the timer must have been closed as well. The HP was still even, but it was 1 versus 5 tanks. How long did the game go for? 9 minutes and 10 seconds. Yeah, so we had less than 1 minute remaining. Very patient play from Chai. On the score damage wise number, we have tanks in E4, 5 out of 5, 3800 damage. LSW and 50B, 2k damage, 1400 assist. Pothole Ranger in Type 5, 1500. Willows and IS4, 900. Tubbins 50B, only 2 shots of damage. If Willows had finished Tank Killer, maybe it could have been different. But that didn't happen. And then on Chai side, we have Magna in batch at 2300 damage. APCR on Destiny for 2300 damage. Tank Killer in Type 5, 1800 damage. Mr. APCR lasts for 1500. Arco in Type 5 with 1700 damage and 2 kills. Both Type 5 they took a lot of damage, but then they managed to survive and then dish out almost 3k damage in total. Guy, they got both the rounds in Himmels. I think not having a bad chat by corruption on both attack or defense restricted them in terms of vision, because if they had a bat, because Tubbins was not able to do much damage there, but if he had a bat, he could have better uh, handled Chai's bat chat. Essentially, not having a bat allowed free reign to Magna, and he made the most out of it. Corruption's map, corruption big steps, and already no premium tanks from corruption here. However, considering how they played Sand River, they might go for 3 mediums. Corruption on defense, Nova Rapid, Chieftain, tanks and willows in I7, LSW and Tubbins, and Batchat. Over on Chai side, we have Lemur and Logi in Chieftain, Magna Batchat, APCR, CS, and Tankler, the light tank. Even in this map, Chai does have the vision advantage. They have a light tank, even though Corruption has 2 Batchats. However, Corruption does have more armor and HP here. Chai sending all their tanks towards the A, except a medium that's watching the backside. It's Magna. Corruption also pushing the south side, wants to take control of that south. Yeah, it is. With 4 tanks, Chieftain has have double bats. And then we have Willows here by himself. Took a shot from CS, bounced. Willows will be fine as long as Corruption has the south side, which they will shortly. They're still waiting on, I think they're waiting to get some information on the right side. Tank Killer at A2 will try to punish Willows. He might pen the tracks. Tanks on the south side is leading the push, trying to get any information, but Magna is long gone. However, that doesn't really matter for Corruption because they can just push down the river now and will have better resets. Chai blind firing the A4 bush, sending a CS to A3 rather than the bad chat. They don't want to reveal any information. Meanwhile, the bats are coming back. Chieftains thinking about coming back. Now one bat's coming back. Chieftain bats are watching the back of I7. I7 might push it, but I think considering Willow's still full health and was now able to move to a safer position, since Corruption has the south side, they do have, let's say, a comfortable amount of time. Everyone's full HP. Tank Killer is on cap, and he's very tucked in. I don't see Willow spotting him. Maybe he can. Can he? He might if he peeks right here. Tank still not pushing the mid. We do see some shots towards Nova Rapid. I think Corruption is way too spread now. They might get tapped out because there's no one here to spot the cap. Tubbins holding his shots. Timer down to 48 seconds. Now Magna is coming in as well, putting double cap pressure. As soon as the timer was down to 40 seconds or approximately 40, they have two tanks on the cap. Willows has to go in now. He should spot someone. 14 seconds, they're sending another tank. 12. Tubbins fired, missed. 6 seconds. He will have one reset, lost all his health in return. APCR pushed Tubbins. Tubbins will go down. Willows got another reset. Timer down to, okay, that's a big reset. 30 seconds. Tubbins goes down. And now CS has a perfect spot to just farm these guys. Corruption's farming as well. Kai is low on HP. Since they're pushing Willows, they bled a lot. Magna down to one shot. However, if Willows go down and then have a two tank advantage, that could be an issue for Corruption. There was punish in the beginning, which now stopped. Willows, making it difficult for Tornado as much as possible. Logi took two shots. Coming in, if both Tank Killer and Logi pens, Willows will go down here. And he did. Logi's tracked. He repaired, used his kit. Tank Killer going towards the B cap. With Magna. Magna is one shot, so he will apply the B cap pressure. Now Corruption's out of position. Oh, they're not. LSW is watching the B. He's almost loaded. What they're trying to do is take out Logi here. Nova Rapid got caught out in a bad spot. It looked like a safe spot. He's Amorag now. It was a safe spot for Chieftain, but not from the 4 tanks overwatching. Tanks going in for Logi. Logi is still alive. So is Magna. Logi goes down. If this bat set wants, he can finish the bat and light and then run away. Tanks brawling with APCR. Tanks will go down. LSW has to go for resets. 19 seconds. I think Corruption, they wait a little too long to start going for reset. And Chai will, no. LSW did get a reset on one. Magna is out. If he can kill, oh, actually he will kill Chieftain. He did finish Chieftain, however, Tank Killer will put one shot in tank. No. No, Chieftain didn't die either. So he put one, I think he bounced two. It's similar to what happened in Steps, I would say. Chai got the information and then they forced Corruption to make a play, push them out of position and just farm them. As we saw, like Tubbins, he fired once and then was instantly deleted. He missed his first shot, but considering he was not able to get his clip out, you can see the lethal punish from Chai. And he had to make that play because Chai just put 3 tanks on the cap. Corruption did have good punish once Chai was pushing Willows, but not enough. The score here, we have tanks in I7, 3k damage, 7 out of 7 pens. That's great from an I7 considering it was not even close, or not even that close. LSW in bad chat, 2800 damage. Nova Rapid and Chieftain, 1700 damage. Wills at I7, 900 damage. Tubbins in bad chat, 1 shot of damage. On Chai side, we have Magna in bad chat, 3300 damage. APCR on SNCS, 2600 damage. Logi in Chieftain, 2200 damage. Timur in Chieftain, 1400. And Tank Killer in Light Tank, 1100 damage. all Chai needs now is one more round to win. Meanwhile, corruption has no more room for errors. If they lose this, it's over. It is corruption's map. Mosh played today. But this could very well be the final game here. No light tank from Chai this time, or from corruption. Looks like a setup for brawl. On Chai side, we have Lemur, an APCR in Chieftain, Park Y7, Magna Batchat, Spear in CS. On corruption side, we have Tanks in Chieftain, Willows I7, LSW Batchat, Dover Rapid, and Pothole in CS. Both two CSs of the A line, they did count on Magna down. He took 3 shots of damage, but he did survive. However, corruption shouldn't feel too comfortable because this has happened before where Chai's one of the tanks, or maybe two of the tanks lost HP, but they were still able to do a lot of damage. Especially when we saw Tank Killer staying alive at 5 HP and Parkour at around 500. LSW forced a reload, leaving the spot. So is CS. Everyone, they wanted an initial punish, and now they're rotating to the other side. Meanwhile, Chai pulled back their tank from the tracks. That must have been an I7. And now Parko's going back there like they are not spotted, and Parko quickly realized that, and maybe he can still and get safely towards the track side, which he did. So now I'm really good at predicting what's happening even when they don't have no information. And this play from Parko might win the game for them. CS and Batches are rotating to the backside. I don't see. Well, there are two tanks. They can take out Parko. Parko is peeking. CS spotted, took a shot. They know Parko's there. They don't know who else though. Pothole took a shot, and now Corruption is rotating out. And from what I can tell, Parko believed this spot as well. Once he's not getting spotted for like 60 to 90 seconds. HP is even Magna, the only one who took damage, but they did manage to pen Corruption's medium at least once. Now they are rotating back. Magna force a reload. And if my guess is correct, I think Parko will start rotating back soon. Or maybe they're thinking that Corruption is lining up to send all tanks to its size 7. And that's what happened. Parko is now back to save the B cap. But what Corruption did is very smart, and that's what I was hoping they might do. They just wait, let Parko leave, and then push the backside, which they did. Nova Rapid managed to cross. Now we'll go to A2. That is great play. They read what I was doing. They are rotating their tanks based on the amount of if they're not getting spotted for a while, and that's what Corruption took advantage of it. So they can still win the game since now they managed to take control of A2. However, I don't see any tank that can apply cap pressure except Bat Chat. Where is Bat Chat though? LSW has to be careful. Tanks coming back. Corruption is very spread. They do have the map control, but they have to be careful not to push too deep where Chai can just push a little forward and finish them. Did he get spotted? CS did. No, I think that's a blind fire. I don't. Yeah, I think CS must have shot, and now they're blind firing the CS. Tanks is pushing in from the mid. Corruption is closing from different sides. Lamour took a shot, got ammo wrecked. Repaired. LSW and CS are in position to cover Willows. So this time Corruption has the map control as opposed to Chai. Tanks closing in. He will take a shot from Parko though. Will he? He did. Took out his engine. He will lose repair kit. Meanwhile, Nova Rapid bounced a shot on I7. That is not something you want to see at this point. Willows took a shot. Did he pen? He did pen Magna. Magna is down to 1 shot. If they can carefully take out a tank. LSW going in, he took a shot. Lamour is exposed. Our LSW got tracked. He will go down here. He's tracked, and he also already burned his repair kit. If LSW died, that could be rough. He got tracked again. Willows will take out Lamour, but LSW dying without doing any damage might hurt them. And there he goes. Corruption did lose a tank, but they took out 1 tank, and Magna is 1 shot. On the other side, CS is closing in. They do have the cap pressure. Willows down to 2 shot, going against a full HP CS. Willows has to be careful. Tanks took a shot and missed one. Here just pushed the low side, saw an opportunity, and he will finish Willows. Nova Rapid took out Magna, but he needs to close in because Willows is about to go down here. Pothole and tanks should finish APCR. It's very close. Maybe not so close. Nova Rapid's the one with all the HP. Nova Rapid. No, he's not going to take out Parko, and I think this game will go to Chai, and that is it. I think it's a good play for corruption, but when they came to brawl, LSW getting caught out was huge for Chai. Losing a bat chat or taking out a bat chat for free. I mean, he did pen two shots, but I think that was early on when he shot Magna. Harko, I7 and 3300 damage, Fear in CS, 3k damage and 3 kills, Mishra PCR Chieftain, 2500 damage, Lemurin Chieftain, 1100, and Magna and Batchet with one shot of damage. Again, he managed to stay alive till the very end. I think that CS would have pushed sooner, applied pressure from the backside a little bit sooner. He was being out of the game for a little too long. Over on corruption side, we have tanks and Chieftain, 2700 damage, Willows and I7, 1900 damage, no more rapid in CS, 1600 LSW. Unfortunate that he got caught out. 2 shots of damage, and Portal Ranger in CS with 2 shots of damage as well. Well, that is it. And GG to both teams, and congrats to Chai for winning. They definitely were the better team today. Considering them on 5-1. We will draw the giveaway now. Let me see how many people do we have. Do we have 17 entries? Well, it's the winner's kills are, but he already won another giveaway earlier, and you can only win one, so we have to draw another winner here. And that is Pump Action Yogurt Rifle. I don't know if he's here. If not, I'll message him. He is here actually. You have to whisper me your or like gamer tag and profile. But yeah, that is it. Thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it. GG to both teams again. I definitely the dominant team today. And we will host Iris. Have a great rest of your day, guys.